They will start getting active as it gets darker, but I think just due to the fact being so hot during today, he's just enjoying the nice cool sand that he's laying on there. So this is one of our big dominant males on the reserve. He literally almost owns the whole reserve. One day you'll find him here, the next day you'll find him on the other side of the reserve. So he's literally all over the place. Check that dove next to him. It's like, what's going on here? Like, that's a very suicidal bird. Like, it's literally just one swap of the paw and they have a snack. Actually going to nip him on his toe there. Yeah, there's a big, we call it your big males, you call it a tom.
Tom?
A tom, yeah. This is a tom. But yeah, the reason why it lays there, not in the bush, like a lot of people will see it on pictures and on films and things, is that the fact is your leopards have or cats in general, have very weak sweat glands, right? So they struggle to release heat quite a lot. So that's why you find your cats panting excessively, laying on wet sand like this guy is doing. Even your dogs scratching out the garden to go and get that wetter sand that they will lay on, just to try and cool down their bodies. So the only actual sweat glands or pores that they have that will be open is on the feet. So the feet sometimes will lay open like this just to allow wind to blow over to cool down. So sometimes you see them licking it quite a lot, also to clean it, but also to help with cooling down the body. But yeah, if you look at it a little bit far now to get a nice shot with the camera, but if you look through the binoculars you can actually see that he doesn't have dots. It's not like a cheetah that have proper circles. These guys actually have what we call rosettes. So it's depending on where it is, like the ones on the belly is more of a solid dot, but as you go across the body on the top section, it will be a rosette will be formed out of 3 to 7 dots. It will form the rosette itself, but the brown hair within that rosette is actually a lot darker than the actual brown on the leopard itself. So it just gives them that extra camouflage. So even if you go to South America and you go into the Amazons there, you're going to find their cousin, basically, if you want to call it that. It's called the jaguar. So they look very similar, bigger rosettes. Your jaguars ones will probably get up to about that size. A lot bigger animals. These guys, you'll see them maybe being 130 to 150 pounds at most, whereas your jaguars will only start off here at about 200, 220 pounds going upwards, your big males. So it's a lot bigger cat. And look very similar but completely different traits, and that's just due to the environment. These guys hate water, they won't just go and venture into water. Where your jaguars actually love water. Most of the time all they do is be in the water because that's where they find their food. Eating all the caimans and alligators and things they find now in those areas. Hello.
See him?
No. He's dead again.
Did you find it?
I've seen since I've been back at work. It's very hard, but there you can see the rosettes now very nicely if you look at it back. Yeah, you can see the actual individual little dots. And then you can see that the hair in between is actually darker than the outside. So argument's sake, say this guy is 100 to 120 pounds. He will be able to pull up into a tree probably 130, 140 pound animal. So they can pull up more than their own weight, plus themselves. So you're looking at going up into a tree is 280 pounds easily. Plus if you combine the two, so you're extremely strong. I've seen at one stage I actually worked in Kruger National Park where I've seen a leopard, a big male that ate himself full on an impala, and he didn't want to sleep next to the carcass, he wanted to sleep on another branch, but the branch gap was probably from me to where you guys are sitting there in the back. He literally jumped from one branch to the other branch with a full belly. So it tells you how strong these animals really are. Flies are irritating me.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they're really lucky to be able to come and
There's something in the water.
come and view. And this is the freshwater turtles, the terrapins.
I see its head. Yeah.